They say money reveals people. My ex-husband, Ethan Cole, believed that more than anyone. He used to say that loyalty was easy when life was comfortable, that the real test of love only came when the comfort disappeared. So he decided to create that test. He called it the loyalty experiment. It sounded harmless when he explained it later, almost philosophical, but at the time it was nothing more than a rich man playing games with emotions he never truly valued. Ethan had built a tech investment empire before he turned 35. Private flights, exclusive memberships, a penthouse view of the Manhattan skyline. His world ran on power and perception, and standing beside him, at least publicly, was his new fiancée, Madison Clark. Blonde, polished, always dressed like she was walking out of a luxury campaign. She loved the spotlight, and she loved what came with it. What she didn't love, apparently, was struggle. One Friday night, Ethan showed up at Madison's high-rise wearing faded jeans, scuffed sneakers, and a hoodie that looked like it had survived college. He told her the markets collapsed, that his accounts were frozen, that lawsuits were coming, that everything, the cars, the penthouse, the lifestyle, was gone. He said he needed her support. Madison didn't hesitate. Security escorted him out before he could even sit down. She told him she didn't sign up to build from scratch. She said she deserved stability. She said love was important, but so was security. He sat on the sidewalk for almost an hour, staring at the traffic, humiliated. And then he called me, the woman he left 4 years ago, the woman he claimed wasn't ambitious enough for his future. I was in my kitchen in Queens helping my son, Noah, with a history project when my phone lit up with his name. Noah hadn't seen his father in almost a year. When I answered, Ethan's voice sounded smaller, not broke, just shaken. Noah heard him through the speaker and ran toward me. "Is Dad coming over?" he asked, eyes wide with hope. Hope? That word has a way of breaking you when you're a mother. Ethan said he had nowhere else to go, that everyone disappeared once the money did, that he just needed a place to breathe. I should have said no, but Noah was staring at me like a miracle was about to walk through the door. So I said, yes. Not for Ethan, for my son. When he arrived, he stepped into our modest home and looked around like he was observing a temporary exhibit. The couch wasn't imported. The floors weren't marble. The kitchen didn't have custom lighting. But everything inside that house was paid for by my work. My overtime shifts, my budgeting, my discipline. While he was buying diamonds for Madison, I was building stability brick by brick. He sat at our small dining table, and for a moment, it almost felt normal, until he said something that changed everything. "At least you still have the trust fund I set up for Noah," he said casually. "That should have grown nicely by now." I stopped moving. "What trust fund?" He looked confused, then slightly irritated. "The $5 million I transferred after the divorce," he said, "plus the condo in Tribeca. I made sure you were taken care of." I felt the air leave my lungs. I left that marriage with one suitcase, a newborn, and a broken sense of identity. There was no condo, no millions, no trust fund, just silence and child support payments that barely arrived on time. Ethan pulled up documents on his phone, transfers, digital signatures, confirmations, $5 million transferred into an account under my name 3 years ago. The condo deed registered as jointly assigned. None of it ever reached me. His face changed slowly, like someone turning down a dimmer switch on arrogance. "Madison handled some of the paperwork," he muttered. Of course she did. While he was busy testing loyalty, she was busy rewriting ownership. The next morning, we went to Madison's penthouse, not as ex-lovers, as parents. She opened the door in silk loungewear, perfectly composed. Her smile faltered the second Ethan mentioned the trust fund. I watched her carefully, not angry, not loud, just observing. She tried to laugh it off, claimed it was a misunderstanding, blamed administrative errors, assistants, banks. But Ethan wasn't playing anymore. He showed her the transfer records. She went quiet, and in that silence, everything confessed itself. Over the next week, lawyers got involved. Digital signatures were traced, access logs examined, IP addresses matched. Madison had intercepted the funds, redirected the trust into shell accounts, manipulated property documents, all while smiling beside him in public. The irony was almost poetic. He staged a fake bankruptcy to test loyalty and accidentally exposed real betrayal. The legal process moved quickly once the evidence surfaced. Money leaves trails, and greed leaves fingerprints. The trust fund was restored under Noah's name. The condo transferred legally to me. Madison's social circle evaporated faster than champagne bubbles. Her sponsorship deals vanished. Her invitations disappeared. Her phone probably stopped ringing. Ethan ended the engagement quietly. No dramatic press releases, no public apologies, just silence. A few weeks later, he came back to my house, this time in a tailored suit. He looked like himself again, powerful, controlled, restored. He held a small velvet box in his hand. "I was blind," he said. "I thought success meant testing people, measuring them, controlling the outcome." He opened the box. A diamond necklace caught the kitchen light. "I want to fix what I broke," he said. I looked at him carefully. The man who needed a fake crisis to realize what was real. The man who thought loyalty was a game instead of a commitment. "No," I said softly. He blinked. "I never needed you to be rich," I continued. "I needed you to be present, and that's not something you buy back with diamonds." For a moment, he looked genuinely lost, and maybe that was the first honest thing I'd seen from him in years. We didn't get back together, but something did change. He started showing up consistently. School pickups, parent-teacher conferences, soccer games. Not as a billionaire, as a father, and I respected that. The trust fund grew quietly under Noah's name. The condo became an investment property. My life stabilized in a way that didn't depend on anyone's mood or ego. Sometimes people ask if I hate Madison. I don't. She played her role. But Ethan created the stage. The loyalty experiment taught him something priceless. You don't test love by pretending to lose everything. You prove it by standing steady when nothing is shaking. And as for me, I stopped being the woman who was left behind. I stopped being the ex-wife in someone else's success story. I became the architect of my own peace. Ethan once believed wealth revealed loyalty, but what he learned the hard way is that character reveals everything, and mine was never up for experiment.